Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal Mr. Butter coming back at you. I got one of my first holiday releases here delivered today, and I can't wait to get into this one. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at these cherry Jordan 11s. So it looks like we got a pretty standard box. There's really nothing out of the ordinary here. Black lid, gray bottom. I've had 11s come in this before. Nothing really new about that. Air Jordan on the top with the Jumpman. The tag reads Air Jordan 11 Retro. The colors are white, Varsity red, and black. I got a size 10.5. That's my preferred size for Jordan 11s. I actually grabbed these during that live stream on the sneakers app. It was a shock drop, but I think basically everybody knew that they were coming. It was still hard to get through, and I ended up having to close everything out and then going back in. And once I did that, as soon as I went to purchase, it gave me the W immediately. But I know a lot of people had some issues getting through and everything. They said numbers were really, really high. They said there was like 100,000 pairs or something released. I don't know if that's true or not, but it seems like a lot of people did get W's, so I was definitely glad to get them early. Retail on these is $225, which is pretty steep. I go to do a review and they start hammering, so apologies for the construction noise across the street again. But anyhow, look at these things. I really, really like them. On that sneakers live stream, the designer on there was saying how they really wanted it to look like a retro colorway. This hasn't been released before, but with just this Varsity red and white upper, it really does look like something that has been around for a while. Like, it's got a familiar feel to it, even though this is the first time we saw them like this. I do think that this pair is going to be perfect for the holidays, whether it's like Thanksgiving or Christmas parties or something. I just think these would look dope at like an ugly sweater Christmas party, or, you know, Thanksgiving, whatever it might be. They just really have a festive look to them. Last year we got the cool grays, and that's actually my favorite pair of 11s. I just think they're really wearable. I like these and I like other 11s, but a lot of times I find that I don't end up really wearing them. The cool gray 11s I think are the most wearable for my kind of style, but I definitely think these are dope. There you can see that carbon fiber. It's neat on these, it's kind of like polka dotted black and red, whereas typically it's more of like a checkerboard design, but I think even the bottom of these are really cool looking. As far as this being a must cop, if I would have struck out on these and not been able to hit them then when the main release comes, this probably isn't a shoe that I would have paid resale on. I did secure my pair of Lost and Found Jordan 1s, and for me that was really the only must cop of this holiday season. I struck out on the All Mom and Year 4s. I was actually driving whenever they dropped, and I messed up the capture real bad, so by the time it went through it was like 45 minutes or something, and I saw a lot of people hit. I will have a review coming of those because my good buddy Silent Z hit it on a pair, so I will be reviewing his pair, but I struck out on them. I'm really, really happy that I got the Lost and Founds. I'm actually going to try to double up on them. From everything that I've seen, they say that numbers of these are really, really high, so I wouldn't pay resale if you missed out on the shock drop. I would just be patient, and I think that you should be able to grab a pair of these for retail if you put the work in. But starting with this outsole, you see that we have some of that icy blue translucent material. You can see the Jumpman popping through there over top of that carbon fiber plate that we have in all 11s. and I really just like the look of this. You have the herringbone traction underneath the forefoot and then underneath the heel in that nice bright Varsity red, and that looks really nice. Even this outsole is just so cool looking, very futuristic looking. Even today, even by today's standards, I feel like this looks like it's something from the future, and I just think it's an awesome looking shoe. But then you can see that translucent icy blue outsole wrapping up to the side, and that meets a bright white midsole. On the inside of the shoe, you can see a little bit of that carbon fiber wrapping up, and that's a cool little hit. But then probably the most recognizable feature of Jordan 11s is this patent leather that you have for the toe cap, and then wrapping around the whole base of the upper. And of course, in this release, it's all in that bright Varsity red, and it just looks clean as can be. You know, it doesn't feel like it's super high end or anything, but I have a hard time telling when patent leather is like really good quality or not. It looks clean. It looks really clean. You get those 2 rows of stitching there at the top, and that's also in the Varsity red color. But I'm not seeing any issues with quality control on these. I just think overall it's a really nice looking shoe. Then for the base of the upper, it's all this bright white color. It almost has like a canvas feel, and it's the same material on the tongue as well. I would worry that it'll get dingy, but I mean, as long as you wear these when it's not snowing or icy or wet out, I guess you should be all right. But it looks really nice and bright, really nice and clean. Over top of that, for the lace loops, you get these strips of canvas that go up for the lacing system, and I always thought that really gave a neat shape to the upper. But it's just all bright white, really clean looking. The tongue is more of that same material as on the upper, and then you've got that same kind of tag that we get on just about all Jordan 11s with the Jumpman and the Jordan verbiage. And we've got some white rope style laces in this pair. And then as you get to the back of the shoe, we've got a white, it feels like a synthetic leather, but that's a white color, and it's got a red embroidered Jumpman on there, and it really just pops off. And then on the heel, the color from the sock liner kind of wraps around to the back, and you've got this red color with a 23 there at the top in white. And again, it's just very sharp. But like I mentioned, this does have a red sock liner, and the insole is also red with a white Jumpman down on there. I definitely feel like this is a very unique looking shoe. It does look like something from way back, even though this is the first time that we're seeing them like this. It seems perfect for the holidays, but aside from that, I would probably put these away until like summertime, just because there's so much bright white on here. I would not want to get these things dirty, because I would be afraid that there's no coming back from that. But anyhow, I'm glad I got my pair early. I hope a lot of you were able to grab them, and if you struck out and you want them, then I hope you're able to grab them whenever they drop here later in December. But let me know what you all think of these, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out.